being held in Surrey. So one of them, they do gold. So the reason we go down to the world is
70 and the mark.
Yeah, I'll be around. And it's late.
Who's on top, by the way?
Yeah. Probably done, but something bit more.
What does she think? I don't know. I wasn't aware. Now we're up to I don't know. Maybe in passing. 130. I don't think what was it you're telling me? You said something like if there's one thing around nature, I don't know what it was.
We one thing I know about nature. We were talking about it, not shooting it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was there too.
No one ever turned up. Sometimes you need to. In the last couple of weeks,
sorry, you either have to set up about 10 minutes before you need a wee.
it's moving to
You need when you get
you never hear anything wrong, you know.
120. It's just the circumstances, it's not whinging. If you'd made the fun, well, you could have had some.
I mean, you're probably shooting around. I think it's a safe bit, you're probably catching.
I'm saying it's just a bunch of stuff. Sorry. No, they're not generally they didn't. It's the only person who had a run issue was businesses. Because he's the guy who's the culprit in World Champions. So I think 3 bigs really take it more seriously. But there's quite a few people like Surrey and Sussex way. Both Surrey and Sussex were active. There's a couple of people from Northamptonshire. So you do get a few people around and about.
Sure, they did believe they
You should do it. It's a really good laugh. It's a really good laugh. It's really fun. Yeah, I've been the last 2 years. That's second times. This year, my first schooling play, I was like, I'm going to win this. They're brilliant. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I got through like that first round, seeing second place, and I was like, then went out the next round. Like, you kind of get to a point, the level is not good, and it's not like everyone there is really good. There's definitely some really good players, but they're kind of just like they're decent. But yeah,
Are they all pretty similar?
they're all near enough identical, basically. So they're all over one guy. I quite one, didn't I? And then obviously in the pub, there is another special. So there's like 6 special. Yeah. No. Yeah, so they're all on my website. They're all in my work. They will be made. They host a couple of tours. 150. They're not like music. They're probably 200. Yeah, they're kind of. They're kind of similar to like the coach, the white line sort of size. It's slightly wider. Where the holes are slightly different. Where there's like ones tend to have the holes spread out a bit more. There's just the holes are slightly more narrow in, so you've got a bit more space to get. But they all run really nicely. They're really 250. They're really good nick. And yeah, they're like 9 tables down there. You'll kind of play on. Depending how far you get. 7 tables. It's really good. Really good setup.
They're talking to I was thinking, these are doing bigger tournaments with 110.
Yeah,
there's really groups in the pub. If you get older than that,
people get lost and get drunk. And,
yeah,
I got 2 in the pub, maybe 2 or 3 pubs.
We have talked about this before, so me and Oscar have talked about doing a tournament that involves the Lions, the Kings of here, potentially as a free. You've got I theoretically tried to think about, okay, could you host like a tournament, like a city-wide sort of thing? But I think logistically that's very hard. To get to. 240. Yeah, people are going
2 hours late. Oh
yeah. I'll give people time to get in. I get there. Have a party. 200. That's that. Have a party. Oh, you're playing the game and whatnot. Oh God, actually I meant to be in the next one 10 minutes ago. You know, like it just.
I was in a group stage. 260. Maybe semi-final and final.
Yeah, which
so you think this is what you don't travel too much?
It's almost like
That's what
the other problem is that you need to have someone who is involved in the organisation at each pub. You know, which. You know, for something like one single, it's fine, I can enter and I can still play it. Something like that, I'd have to be in a pub and I'd put Dave in a pub, Phil in a pub, Faith in a pub. And suddenly it's like, actually that's a lot of us kind of standing around all day. So what are you getting out of this? What things is it? This one is interesting. There's definitely things
that might not be enough.
Particular issues, you know, just raising money. You know, everybody sees it. So I kind of don't mind anything. And it's nice to be playing billiards in the off season. When you do this other tournament, it's a tricky thing because not every team, but certainly I think there's a contingent within the billiards scene who seem to think that they're just kind of happy to play the games they have in the league. That's it. They don't really want to do a lot more. I'm not like that. I play all the time, and I'm sure you guys would too. But finding sort of the right blend of people, getting advertising quality enough. One of the hardest things is estimating how popular something is going to be. Because you might be like, okay, I'm going to plan this at 16. You end up on 32. I want to do that. Maybe we should do something. Well, you don't end up with enough interest and you have to scrabble around. It's quite difficult to make a lot of scenarios. And if you get called for one day, that's time.
I went to see
I think it's a really good idea. I think it's difficult. You could maybe do something. You could maybe do something with your team. So like after having been to the Worlds, there's like an inter-counties tournament as well. It's being held in Surrey, which we've been invited to. And that's where there's like 6 counties worth of teams of 4 all playing in one pub, which has 2 tables over the course of the day, and they've got structure. So you could do something like that for your teams, and you're going to end up, but you still need to say to someone, right, you're going to be there from 1 until 9. I mean, some of us, if we're in the pub at 1 and we've got to play at 8:30, it's not, I'm not going to be doing my best, to be honest. It's, so you kind of got, there's a lot of things to consider. I think it'd be really nice. I think it was like something where traditionally people are used to play Wednesday nights, you know, have their life around that, and outside of that, it's not impossible, and I do well.
Do you have much communication with us?
More than we used to.
I was wondering, maybe like if you ask for to you advertise it,
so one of them, they do golf. So the reason we go down to the Wales is kind of expressing interest in the and then Fraser, who's one of us, plays at my team, he's like quite closely in contact with Dave, Billy, and Steve Hay, who all basically organise the World Stand stuff. So when it's like entries going to open, they message Fraser, so he knows that we'll have like our students. So we're kind of in our spaces. The problem comes from, I'm obviously not against this, but I think we need to, I think we have to be aware that the feeling from the AGM is that our league is our league, and you can all segue to how the rest of the 4 units plays for a reason that our game is almost a little bit different. And trying to think something 100% into the tournament's very different. Require a lot of travelling for them, and also any travelling for us to go play there. This is kind of Tomo problem, isn't it? We have talked about the Worlds. The East Anglian Open is first held in 2011. The East Anglian Open was first held in 2011 in Sudbury, and then the next year was held in Norwich. It was all spearheaded by Carl Robinson, it's all just and the idea was that every year we'd host it. Basically, we hosted it in 2012, they hosted it in 2013, no one could be bothered to organise it here. So they hosted it ever since. Got to 2022, 290. What there's now talk of, if we fancy it, and if we ask logistically, is we could host the East Anglian Open as a tournament, and they could sign frames they're doing their things out. We could host the East Anglian Open tournament and have their team. So have their team. Which is fun. It's a big undertaking. You haven't been down there, you see the well, in this sort of venue, we could do that sell portion of how they're happy to stick it in their venue. In their main booth. Of course. Not in the bar. Yeah, not in the bar. So it's just having the bus probably from the station. You know, northern people might drive, out of towners might not. So obviously whether that's an issue. But it's something to explore, but we have to look at who's prepared for it. I don't want to tell you, because I've got 2 young children, I've got my own team which I and plus doing this. We need to have a fairly dedicated committee of 4 people who are prepared to come and do this. Anyway, the Masonic Hall is not big. There's enough space for 9 tables. They've got a little bar, a little raised bit where they do all the acting. 100 is and it's easy to get to within something like Norwich would be perfect. And I'm sure there's plenty of suitable venues. It's just, can you do it from a cost perspective? 100 you don't want to be paying very much to talk for it. You know, it's inconvenient for people. 140. Yeah, first game, it's the second one.
Basically, we went through this little village, and I thought the was
Even though the third place player got paid the other day, they paid less than they'd already played it and messaged me by the time it had done, so I was like, I'm not going to say no, go away and play another
I
three.
did then break when I realised
Yeah, you think they'd
we
that one, yeah.
this one. This one's mine, yeah.
Well, so if I was 2-1 down,
Well, you said
I think yeah, I see you saying that. Someone you can tell apart.
well, even the same, when the Sonical where they play, it has an actual bar in it. So yeah, if it has that, all the better.
I guess my stuff bullshit, yeah, no.
Yeah.
When's too late for you to tell Kev?
200. Yeah.
80 people probably coming in, spectators.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't need to be gigantic, but you want to have a little bit of following. Again, one of the things they do in Suffolk is it's all proceeds of the air ambulance. They do like they do a round and things like that. So you can make a bit of an event of it. They do food, a bit of limited food and stuff. So it'd be nice to be able to 390. Yeah, I think we want to focus on that this year. Yeah. 400. I don't think it needs to be a lot. I think we need to have I say 20 you can nail down to say, right, we're going to do this, and you can have, you know, a side roll, people that like 420. It doesn't need loads of people, it needs a and I'm more than happy to do stuff like this format. Results of the day, I'm being free from the out of my wheel. Other people, I don't want to see them. 20.
Not enough for
Yeah, so it's probably like, you need a set. You probably wouldn't need it. Oh, I don't know if they need a I mean, yeah, it's something finishes 70 and the bar. And on the Friday night, they probably do like a speed billiards thing, because they kind of get some of the tables set up. So you've got because the nice thing about 120 on Tuesday is like the locals to play. And then obviously sort of the out-tappers come down on the Saturday. 170.
I was knocked at age and the guys play.
Oh, were you? Oh, did you play earlier?
Earlier round, yeah.
200.
So will the table be free later?
I was going to get one. 200. I'll have another Leeds. Hey, all Leeds. Someone's birthday. Leeds, hey. All Leeds, aren't we? 200. We're not Leeds. Well, you you're all Leeds, aren't you?
How dare they cut the table?
DFL.
Why not? You never got going in that one. That was just couldn't get a month.
Started the first one, so I thought, here we go. now the heart rate's going again.
I just couldn't get a month. It was always something different. Every game is different.
Well, it's almost like they're finalists.
Malbec.